In the end, it became impossible. Now King Frederick and his spouse have decided to part ways. Queen Maria will no longer reside in Amalienborg Palace. It has been a challenging year for King Frederick. His mother, 84-year-old Queen Margrethe, shocked everyone in her traditional New Year's speech by announcing her abdication from the throne. The beloved queen almost immediately stepped down on January 14th of this year. King Frederick ascended to the throne. At the same time, it marked significant changes for King Frederick and his spouse, Queen Maria. Suddenly, he became the head of state, and the one to carry the burden of leading their proud little nation. Being a king is vastly different from being a crown prince. Now Frederick had no one else to rely on. He could, of course, seek advice from his beloved mother, but ultimately, his actions and responsibilities were his own. A king can never blame himself. Now King Frederick and his spouse are ready for the next step as a royal couple. They intend to part ways with Amalienborg Palace. The historic palace in the heart of Copenhagen spans 5,000 square meters. It has 3 floors, 2 of which are designated for work and entertainment, while the third is entirely private. Soon Maria and Frederick will bid farewell to their beloved Amalienborg. Instead, the royal couple will move to the splendid Chancellery House in Fredensborg Palace. The Danish royal family has confirmed that the royal couple plans a long-term stay at the Chancellery House. The move requires a number of changes. Security around Fredensborg Palace will need to be significantly reinforced, and Danes will notice the differences. The move to the Chancellery House is expected to take place on May 2nd. On Sunday, Norwegian media reported that a young Norwegian managed to gain access to Fredensborg Palace during Crown Prince Christian's 18th birthday celebration in October. The man filmed himself inside the castle, where, among other things, soldiers, limousines, and security personnel could be seen. According to the media, the man reached the area where the press was stationed, and he can be seen in the background of the only photo where journalists are in the foreground. The case attracted special attention because, in addition to gaining access to the castle, the man had previously been accused of serious fraud, money laundering, and irresponsible behavior. The man is mentally ill, and the last few times charges were brought against him, he was either released or the case was dropped due to his young age and doubts about his fitness for punishment. A journalist from a Danish magazine met the man in the castle, where he was in the press area with other journalists. She said he pretended to be a representative of the fashion store Vogue Scandia and explained how he came here to take photos in street style. I immediately thought he seemed completely off. He had a large sign that said Vogue Scandia, but no one else had such a sign, she said. She also said that he seemed so out of place to her that she later checked if she could find him on the list of accredited media, but couldn't find him. That's why she thought he was probably just a freelance journalist. How the Norwegian managed to get into the press area is not yet reported, but the incident caused a stir. Queen of Denmark Mary shared a video ahead of the family's move to the Chancellery House in Fredensborg Palace for the European summer. The video was filmed by an Australian native on the palace grounds and was published on the family's official social media channels. It was accompanied by a message from Mary, stating, "The big event has not yet occurred because, although it's already spring on the calendar, the weather is still unpredictable and changeable. Soon we will move to Fredensborg to spend the warm and bright months there," she continued. "I also look forward to the near future, to enjoy and observe how our wild garden will grow and showcase itself from all its diverse and beautiful sides, and how the garden creates a habitat for bees, insects, and much more." Mary and King Frederick regularly spend several months a year at the Chancellery House in Fredensborg Palace with their children. This residence served as the couple's first marital home after their wedding in 2004. They also announced their engagement here in October 2003. Here, King Frederick and Queen Mary also hosted their wedding reception. The Fredensborg Palace Garden is one of Denmark's largest Baroque gardens, covering 296 acres. Located approximately 40 km from the city in Danish countryside, the palace was built as a country residence for King Frederick IV in the early 1700s. It has served as a country retreat for the Danish royal family for over 100 years and holds many precious memories for King Frederick and his family. The king spent many summers at Fredensborg Palace in his youth and even had his religious confirmation in the palace chapel. In summary, the royal family of Denmark, led by King Frederick and Queen Maria, is undergoing significant changes. Following Queen Margrethe's abdication from the throne, King Frederick ascended to the position of head of state. With this transition, the couple has decided to part ways with Amalienborg Palace and move to the Chancellery House in Fredensborg Palace. This move, slated for May 2nd, necessitates reinforced security measures around Fredensborg Palace. Meanwhile, an incident involving a mentally ill individual gaining unauthorized access to Christiansborg Palace has sparked attention. Amidst these changes, Queen Mary shared a video anticipating the family's move to Fredensborg Palace for the European summer. The video highlights their excitement for the warmer months and the opportunity to enjoy the palace's magnificent gardens, which serve as a habitat for various wildlife. Fredensborg Palace holds significant historical and personal importance for King Frederick and his family. As their new residence, it will continue to be a cherished location for the royal couple and their children, hosting memorable events such as their wedding reception and serving as a retreat for generations of Danish royals. Stay tuned for exclusive coverage of King Frederick and Queen Maria's journey as they transition to their new residence, exploring the rich history and breathtaking beauty that await them. Don't miss out on the latest updates and behind-the-scenes glimpses of royal life. Subscribe now to our channel and be a part of the royal adventure.